Because of Caitlin Clark, many new eyes have been brought to the WNBA, and it's not for unjust reasons. She's ridiculously good. So if you're new to the WNBA like me and you decided to start watching some WNBA shows and listening to the players talk, you will hear it from both players and analysts that A'ja Wilson is just incredible. She's an inspiration. She's this, she's that. Whenever you hear about the WNBA, somehow you also hear about A'ja Wilson, and that is in the inner circle. So today I decided to show all the new fans why exactly people regard A'ja Wilson as the best player in the WNBA. We're just going to do a quick breakdown of her game, and we're just going to talk about what exactly makes her so great and why she's so unstoppable. The film we're going to break down comes from July 12th when the Las Vegas Aces took on the Atlanta Dream. This game was played just a few days before the Olympic break, so this is really fresh film, and this is what A'ja is doing right now. Now, I really like this first play because it starts off strong, and this is how A'ja starts off the game. Off of this three-point shot, A'ja gets this rebound, fights for the board, and goes right back up with it. That is a big-time muscle move right there. Notice her arm, her wingspan, the way she gets that ball, she grabs it, takes it, and goes up with it. She's unstoppable. If you know A'ja Wilson over the years, she is known for her athleticism in the paint. She is a beast. She's kind of like what Giannis Antetokounmpo is for the NBA, but she's like the WNBA version of it. And the thing that is really surprising is that she's put on a three-point jump shot. We're going to get to that because that is a really important thing. That is what's taking her game to the next level. That's why she's going to go down as one of the greatest WNBA players ever, because she's put on that jump shot. Look, y'all don't believe me? Check this out. A'ja Wilson, she slips out right here. The defender doesn't go with her. She has this open mid-range shot. This is a very deep big-time shot by A'ja. That jump shot is really what's taking her game to the next level. This is amazing when you have such a beastly form in the paint, when you're a player that is a force to be reckoned with down low. When you put on a jump shot, that will take anybody's game to the next level. Imagine LeBron James in his prime with a jump shot. Imagine any NBA player who lives in the paint with a jump shot like Shaquille O'Neal. Look, A'ja Wilson is known for her play in the paint, and now she has a jump shot. Now check out this next play. A'ja Wilson puts the moves on her defender. That one crossover, that is a big-time mid-range shot. Once again, she's got that shot, and they're daring her to shoot these. They're giving her a little bit of space. They're not smothering her. They're not playing her like she's Sabrina Ionescu. They know she's not a shooter, but they want to step up now because she's making these shots. But they're also not wanting to commit because she can blow by them. That is what happens when you live in the paint. You're a force to be reckoned with in the paint, and then you put on a jump shot. This is what you have to do, and this is what puts your game to the next level, man. It's so many players in the NBA who are so great in the paint, and I'm like, yo, just put on a jump shot. You got Ja Morant, you got Zion Williamson, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo. The list goes on of players who I want to see put on a jump shot. A'ja Wilson has a jump shot, and I think this is really like the opening to her entire game. If you're wondering, this year A'ja Wilson is shooting at 39% from three. Y'all understand how ridiculous that is for a big man? If you go back to her first 4 years in the WNBA, she shot at 0% from the three-point line because she did not shoot any threes. Now she's a shooter. That is a really big thing. Now look at this Atlanta Dream player getting real cocky, thinking she can take it into the paint, and A'ja Wilson just stretches her body out and gets that block. A'ja Wilson is a 6'4" beast, so all she has to do is just use her body to get defensive stops. There's some players like Erica Wheeler back in her old days, she had to get really nitty-gritty. She's a small player, though, when it comes to defense, right? Look at A'ja Wilson. She doesn't have to do much. She just uses her God-given abilities, which is her body, her size, and she just doesn't have to exert too much energy into playing defense. Like, there are some players you see who exert so much energy into it. A'ja Wilson, she's almost like apathetic about her defensive stops. You'll see her get an easy block or an easy steal. Just reach her hand in there. She doesn't have to do much because of how tall she is and how big she is. Now, I decided to show this next play because after watching this game over and studying it, I noticed that A'ja Wilson had so many opportunities to score and she doesn't score because she plays with so many great players on the Aces. So she had 33 points in this game, which is like ridiculous for any WNBA player, right? But you know what? There was so many opportunities for her to score, like this one where her teammate just takes it into the paint and she's wide open on the three-point line. You really would be surprised how many times A'ja Wilson is literally wide open for a mid-range shot or a three-point shot and she doesn't get the ball. Literally just does not get the ball because she plays with so many great talent on her team, so many great egos. And look, they're a winning franchise. I'm not going to sit here and act like, it's bad that they're not giving her the ball. Like, these other players can fend for themselves. I'm just saying there's so many opportunities for her to score like this play, and she doesn't score. So even though she scores so many points, she averages 27 points per game, folks. She's at 53% from the field, 39% from three, guys. ridiculous. If you put her on a trash team with no other egos, she might be able to average 40. I guess that's my main point. Now check out this play. They're so afraid of her size in the paint. Sometimes they'll just leave her wide open. They're daring her to shoot this shot. And this is a big time 3-point shot right here. This is what a whole lot of players, NBA and WNBA, have failed to do. A player that is so dominant in the paint has failed to improve their game by adding on a 3-point shot. Imagine if Shaq had a work ethic like Kobe and he decided, I'm going to put on a 3-point shot. Do you know how ridiculous he would be? Because so many defenses are going to leave Shaq open just like they left Aja open. And Aja's hitting that shot, yo. She's hitting that shot because of the fact that she's improving her game. This is what you like to see. Now, I want you to take a good look at this next play. Once again, A'ja Wilson, she sets the screen and her defender decides to go down and help on Kelsey Plum in the paint. That leaves A'ja wide open on the three-point line, and she sinks the three-point shot. Look, defenses are going to make a gamble. They make this gamble often. I talked about it in one of my videos I did on Alyssa Smith. They're going to make a gamble where they're going to say, you know what, we're going to leave you wide open, and we're going to buffer up our defensive intensity in other places. We will bet that you won't make that shot. With Alyssa Smith, most of the time, she just doesn't end up shooting the ball, right? With A'ja Wilson, she shoots it, she hits it. Her teammates actually find her. Like sometimes the Indiana Fever players don't even find Alyssa Smith. They have found A'ja Wilson. She's wide open, and that is a big time shot right there. It is really difficult to guard a player that is so great in the paint and yet is hitting threes at this rate. I'm telling y'all, bro, this is taking her game to the next level, man. Now, I want you to look at this next play. One thing I'm noticing about A'ja Wilson is that she's very quick. She's on that low post, and she hits this really quick step back into that mid-range shot. That is ridiculous. Look, that is good defense. They're playing up on her. They're not letting her get an open shot, but she does this step back, and she fades away. Look, when you fade away and you're that tall, you do like a Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway at her height, bro. Like, how do you even guard that? When you're guarding a player that much taller than you, and then they fade away, you can't even block it at that point. And she's making this? This is ridiculous. That step back looks good, too. That footwork looks good. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how good A'ja Wilson is going to be, but, man, it seems like she's getting better, and she's only 28. Now, one of the beautiful things about being a player who can do it down low in the paint and can do it out on the three-point line is that now you have options. You have versatility. So, look, if she wants to, sometimes she can just take it into the paint like this, ram into the defense, and just hit this big-time layup. How are you going to stop her? Who's going to get in her way and stop her from doing what she wants to in the paint? She's a big player. She has size, and she's strong. She's a strong player. It is really difficult to guard her. And look, she has two layers to her game. She has the shooting and she has the finishing. She has athleticism and she has a jump shot. I don't know how she's going to be stopped. You remember what I said about options? Check this out. They're going to leave her wide open right here. And look, she has options. She could shoot this three-point shot, but look, you got somebody wide open in the corner. You've also got a player on the wing who has a wide open backdoor cut because the paint is wide open because, look, that defender that would be all the way down in the paint is kind of stepping up a little bit because they're like, well, we want to give A'ja Wilson an open shot, but we don't want to like give her like a wide open mid-range shot. So let me like cover the mid-range unless she steps in, right? And look, she cuts back door. A'ja Wilson finds her. That's a big-time play. I love the playmaking. Look, she made some great passes in this game. Not all of them are translated to assists. I think she averages like 2 assists per game in the WNBA. Yeah, I just checked. A'ja Wilson averages 2.4 assists per game in the WNBA. So look, she has this ability to play make, and she does make great passes, but she plays with so much talent that she doesn't have to do all the playmaking. Kelsey Plum can take care of that. Like, they have great players who can play make outside of her, but she does have vision. Now, look at this next play. A'ja comes over to set a screen. She elects not to, and two defenders go with Jackie Young anyway, leaving A'ja wide open for a mid-range shot. She's going to hit that. If defenses are going to make these gambles, they are going to lose them because A'ja's hitting shots. They're going to make gambles, and they're going to end up making bad decisions by gambling and saying, you know, well, we're going to let her shoot. She's going to hit the shot. And so what's going to eventually happen is defenses are going to stop leaving her open. And so off a screen, right, Jackie Young's going to go left, and only one defender is going to be guarding her. They're not going to help, and she's going to have an open lane. Now, check out this next play. A'ja Wilson's on that low post. She gets it, and she goes with this fadeaway shot. That is ridiculous, yo. That's like a Kobe shot, like a, I don't even know. That's just a ridiculous shot. That's a fadeaway right there. I don't even know what to say about that. That's crazy. Like, if she's hitting that, that's crazy. I want you to imagine Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting that shot and hitting that shot. Look, this is something you'll probably never hear. Giannis Antetokounmpo needs to take notes from the WNBA player. The NBA superstar, a top 3 player in the NBA, he needs to study A'ja Wilson's game because, yo, they're kind of the same. They're both, you know what, offensive forces in the paint. Man, and she put on a 3-point mid-range jump shot. If Giannis does the same, bro, Giannis takes over the league. Now look, that was the last clip I'll show, and I wanted to make this video to show A'ja Wilson some love. I hear A'ja Wilson's name thrown around in WNBA circles so much, so I decided that I was going to take a deep dive into her game, or really a dummy's dive into her game for all the people that don't know who she is, so you can get a good look into her game, because she's really spectacular, man. And it's really an amazing thing that Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA, because these players did not get much media attention. Like me, I didn't know who A'ja Wilson was. Like, I mean, I've heard her name before, obviously. I'm a basketball fan. I know who A'ja Wilson is, right? But, like, I've never watched an A'ja Wilson game before Caitlin Clark. I never watched the WNBA. I've never watched any WNBA players. Like, I will go and watch women's college basketball games before I would watch the WNBA. Seriously. Like, I would watch women's March Madness before I would stop and watch the WNBA game. That's just unheard of for me. But because of Caitlin Clark and the effect, everybody's coming to watch the WNBA, and there's players like A'ja Wilson who are responding to the call, because one thing I like is that when these players who cry for attention, they cry for money, you know, they're like, yo, we want to be paid like the men, right? When the attention finally comes to these WNBA players who's been crying for attention for so long, what has to happen is these WNBA players have to answer to the call, and they have to show something that will make people keep watching. A'ja Wilson, what I like to see from a player who, you know, obviously probably advocates more eyes coming to the WNBA, more money being played to WNBA players. She takes her game to the next level when the attention comes. Caitlin Clark brings all these new viewers to the WNBA. When it's skyrocketing, she takes her game to the next level. That's what I like to see. All in all, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly did. If you do like the video, please like the video and subscribe. Show some support. Leave a nice comment or something so we can get these videos doing well, you know, get them out and about. I don't know how the algorithm works that much, but, you know, we want to push these videos out. So if you would just leave a like, that'd be great. And make sure you subscribe if you do enjoy these videos. If you've been watching these videos and you just haven't subscribed yet, help a brother out. Subscribe. And man, shout out to this commenter at Brandon D 1947. He gave me, or she gave me, the video idea for today. She said, or he said, he wanted me to talk about A'ja Wilson. Her style of play is low-key goated, and I feel like she doesn't get the credit she deserves. And brother, you know what? After taking a deep dive, I agree with you. So hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did, and I'm out. Peace out.